Hello everyone, my name is Aman and I'm from Eritrea. Today I will be telling you about a kokorozashi that I've had for a very long time. It's a kokorozashi about the Eritrean education system. My kokorozashi is to bridge the gap between rural and urban Eritrean students by changing the education system. But first, let me give you a little bit of facts about the Eritrean education system. The education system in Eritrea is controlled by the Minister of Education. Eritrea is a very small country located in the east of Africa. It gained independence in 1991 after a 3-decade bloody war with neighboring country of Ethiopia. Having gained independence, the whole social sector of the Eritrean system was destroyed. In fact, only a handful of schools remained standing. But how can a very small country recover from this? The education system in Eritrea is controlled by Ministry of Education, which means that the government controls the system. And the government made it a rule so that everybody from the age of from 7 until 17 has to go to school. It's compulsory, it's mandatory for you to go to school. And it's divided into 5 categories. You have the pre-elementary, you have the elementary, you have the middle school, you have the secondary school, and then tertiary, like me, university students. However, one important key fact about the Eritrean system is that education is free. If education is free, why is there a disparity between rural and urban students? This is the key question. Now, before that, let me give you some facts of why the government made education free. The first one is to allow access to everyone. Everyone has to go to school. Makes sense. The second one is skill development. That also makes sense. I mean, if you go to school, obviously your skill will develop. And that's why we send everybody, our kids, our sisters, brothers, everyone to school, right? And the third one is to promote national unity. The government focuses on unity because Eritrea is a very diverse country. You have 9 ethnic groups. You have 6 regions, people coming from all over the place. So we have to promote the national unity. But there's a problem. The problem is that in Eritrea, rural and urban students are not represented equally. Let me show you some key facts. Highlighted in the blue are people coming from rural areas of the country, which means that those people are coming from villages. Highlighted in red are people coming from urban areas of the country. What is the difference that you see? Well, I'm sure the first difference that you saw is that 88% of students come from cities or urban areas, and only a handful come from villages. Why? Well, the first reason is poverty. Obviously, people are poor. And, well, even if the education is free, if you're poor, you can't buy your kids necessary things like school bag, notebooks, even sending them on transportation. That's impossible. The second one is obviously infrastructure problems, right? You have internet problem in the country. You have less libraries, less infrastructure. And that creates more problem. The third one is teachers' motivation. If you're sending teachers into rural areas of the country where there's less social services, less hospitals, less school, obviously they're going to be less motivated. And what is the implications? The implication is that there's economic growth implication. There's the social polarization. You have one group of people well-educated, the other group of people less educated. You have migration problems. A lot of people will migrate from rural into urban areas, leaving rural areas uninhabited. You have further educational gap that will continue to reverberate around the areas, rural and urban as well. And finally, you have elimination of rural culture. If people are migrating from rural to urban areas, well, the villages remain uninhabited, right? So my kokorozashi, my proposal, is to create an education system which not only focuses on education and resources, but it focuses on 6 key facts. It focuses on family. It focuses on motivation, education, resources, community, and peer. If all of this is gathered, we will create an education system that is fair for everyone. Not only urban students will be able to go to school, but everybody from all over the country will be able to go to school. As I said, community is important because they give support. Family is important because education starts in the house. Peers are important because we learn from our peers. And that's why my goal is to create the system. I am coming from a country where I went to the military and found diverse people coming from all over the countries. And I asked them, why are you not motivated to go to school? And they said, because we haven't started learning since we were kids. I want to change that. I want to create a system where everybody goes to school. Everybody not only goes to school, but everybody graduates from school. Now, is this problem an Eritrean problem? Do you think it's only Eritrea that suffers from this? Or is it an African problem? Or only the continent in Africa suffers from this? This is a world problem. The whole world suffers from this. And my goal is to create an education system that is for all, by all, to all. Thank you.
アマンヤコブさん、教育の格差をなくしたいという素晴らしいプレゼンテーションをありがとうございました。それでは審査員の佐藤様にご好評をいただきます。
At first, thank you for your presentation. We didn't have any information before this time about Eritrea. So I was glad and feel kind of responsibility to help people in poverty environment. And I have one question. After your graduation from Keio University, what your actual purpose, very recent purpose after graduation? You want to become a teacher? Like you showed us, people have much concern in education. Will you tell me?
Allow me to give you two answers. The short-term goal and the long-term goal. My short-term goal is to graduate from Keio and go into graduate school. I am not satisfied with the education that I've had so far. I want to further learn so that I can also motivate my country people. The long-term goal is to create the system. I want to have a program where we have exchange of students. If we exchange rural and urban students, they will start to understand the differences between them. Only through the community we can change. Change comes from within, don't have a mistake. Nobody can come and bring change to you. You have to change yourself. And the way to do that is to create an exchange system. That's my plan. So I have two goals, long-term and short-term.
Thank you.
すいません。ちょっと結構長いセンテンスだったので、もしかしたらもう一回お聞きするかもしれないんですけども、通訳させていただきます。素敵なプレゼンテーションありがとうございました。で、なかなかエリトリアについて聞くことがなかったので、すごい興味が持てて、すごい興味深かったっていうのと、あとは、これがそうですね、アフリカだけじゃなくて世界の問題っていう面では責任を感じる部分もあったということで、その他すいません。
ごめんなさい。今2つの質問をして2つとも答えてくれたんですけど、みんなに日本語で言ってあげてくれますか？
でこの問題に対してどういうことができるかっていう質問に対して彼は、田舎と都会それぞれ違う問題があると思うんですけど、お互いのその何が問題で何を理解することができるかっていうのを、お互いに知るために、交換プログラムという形でお互いどんな問題を抱えててどうすればそれを解決できるかっていうのを理解する、そんなものを作っていけたらいいなということです。はい、すいません、ありがとうございます。
はい、ありがとうございます。佐藤様、ご好評、そして質問を投げかけていただきまして、誠にありがとうございました。それでは改めて、アマンヤコブさん、ありがとうございました。